Like many downtown areas, Oshawa's core has had its share of challenges over the years. It's a place where essential resources and services are concentrated, serving people from all walks of life, including those who may be struggling with issues like homelessness, addiction, or unemployment. Naturally, this can create some rougher patches. But with that said, a thriving downtown should be a vibrant hub, a place where residents and visitors can enjoy a night out, dine at local restaurants, shop at unique boutiques, or take in entertainment like hockey games, concerts, and plays. For a long time, Oshawa's downtown didn't quite meet its potential, feeling a bit neglected and in need of a refresh. In recent years, venues like the Biltmore Theatre and Regent Theatre have brought hundreds of incredible artists from all genres, helping to create a lively arts and entertainment scene. The newly opened Bond Street Event Center and Market at 70 King have elevated this further by offering new spots to enjoy live music and amazing local food. And of course, there are always the Oshawa Generals hockey games, which never fail to provide excellent entertainment. With the exciting new developments in the works, downtown Oshawa has the potential to truly level up and solidify its place as the go-to destination for a night out for Durham region. Instead of locals heading to Toronto for entertainment, these changes could help to make Oshawa a more vibrant, dynamic hub that it's always had the potential to be. My name is Jessie McClellan, and I'm a realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario, with the Lisa Abbott team. And if you want to stay up to date on everything happening in our real estate market, especially Durham region, then subscribe to the channel. Okay, so there's one development in particular that caught my eye recently, and that is the project called Sentra by Atria Developments. Sentra includes two site proposals. Site A is where the old Oshawa Clinic is currently standing, and Site B is on the other side of Charles Street. So here's what we know so far. Site A is composed of 3 towers that are 31, 33, and 37 stories tall, and include a mix of residential, retail, and medical office space. Those 3 towers would combine for a total of 1,308 new residential units, although it's not specified yet whether these would be owned condo units, rental units, or a mixture of both. The plans also include 3 levels of underground parking and 4 levels of above-ground parking, totaling 831 spots for residents and visitors. They're also accounting for room for nearly 1,500 bicycles as well. One thing I thought was interesting was that part of the Oshawa Clinic is actually a heritage building, and the plans currently include retaining a portion of the building in redevelopment and integrating it into part of the lobby, which I think is a great idea. For a city to sustain growth and keep moving forward, things need to change, and unfortunately that means that some buildings and places locals have known for decades will have to either be altered or replaced altogether. But I think adapting part of the current structure into the lobby of the new building would help keep some of that original Oshawa heritage and charm and help keep the locals happy and their voices heard. Another thing that's fantastic is the fact that they are including the medical offices into these plans as well. Right now, those medical offices are closed, and I know that many people, especially seniors, people with disabilities, and those who don't drive have had difficulties getting to Whitby or other locations outside of Oshawa for their medical appointments now. Bringing back the centrally located medical clinic makes it more accessible for those who need it, especially since it's located on a very convenient bus route. Site B would be located right across the street and would be a slightly smaller tower with 25 stories that includes over 400 residential units, more retail space, office space, and outdoor amenities. The site would also have another 3 levels of underground parking, which would provide over 100 parking spaces and over 300 bicycle spaces as well. I've read some comments from Oshawa residents online, and it's not uncommon to see a lot of backlash on a proposal like this, especially one that would be such a large change to our downtown in so many ways, and also includes a heritage building. But surprisingly, I haven't seen a lot of negativity towards this project. And I don't know if that's because I haven't really looked hard enough for it, not enough people know about the project yet, or if that's because the developer is keeping elements of the current Oshawa Clinic and incorporating it into the new buildings, and are also bringing back the medical offices to that site. The only things I've seen brought up a few times, and they're very fair points, are how this will impact transit and traffic, and how will the city adapt, and that having 3 buildings over 30 stories tall is going to really look out of place considering Oshawa doesn't have a lot of high-rise buildings yet. So I've looked into what other projects we could see get approved in the coming years, and here's what I found. On the map of downtown, every pink square is a proposal for a new building. You have phase 2 of the Janasha project, which includes another 21 stories and nearly 200 units of senior living, rental units, along with some additional retail space. 88 King Street West would be 22 stories and 220 rental units. This is where the old Coachlight Roller Gardens used to be. At 135 Bruce Street, which is currently a vacant lot right behind the Tribune Tribute Community Center has a proposed project for a 22-story and a 10-story building with over 500 units of rental apartments and commercial space. And there are a number of other projects in the area that would bring more 10 and 15 plus story buildings to the area. If all of these projects were to be completed as currently planned, it would total 3,797 new residential units to downtown Oshawa, with a mix of both market rate rentals and owned condo apartments. If these types of projects start to happen over the next 5 to 10 years, the 30-plus story buildings would look a lot less out of place. For the most part, I think that the new developments downtown could be a really positive thing. It will mean new businesses, new employment opportunities, more market rate rentals available, and more local foot traffic for existing businesses downtown, hopefully helping those businesses thrive. However, I would also be curious about things like the affordability and size of the units being created. Obviously, a good mix of 1 to 3 bedroom layouts would be ideal and help attract a variety of people and families. Ideally, with all of these buildings, there would be something for everyone, from first-time homebuyers to young families and seniors, all who could benefit from a thriving downtown. And will an influx of market rate rentals mean more rental options and increased affordability? Or will it be marketed as more luxury rentals, making it unaffordable? Will the condos be a more affordable option for first-time homebuyers, or will it just attract more investors? Will more people attract more chain stores and franchises and actually hurt local mom and pop shops, or will it help them to thrive? Will the new development opportunities help to create better economic situations, or will the increase in population density lead to more crime? There are always positives and negatives, but regardless, I do believe that the development in our downtown area is a necessity. Of course, there are going to be hiccups along the way, but if we want downtown to live up to its potential, be the hub that it should be for Durham Region residents, I think these are steps in the right direction. I also still have general questions about how they're intending to improve our infrastructure to accommodate an additional 3,800 units worth of people, though. Moving that many people into a smaller area is going to have its impact on traffic, local transit, and local schools, so I'm curious how the city plans to adapt. Will we see road expansions, additional bus routes added? Durham Region Transit could definitely use some improvement, so maybe it will help them to become a little bit more like the TTC. Could we see the addition of more dedicated bike lanes, considering that there are going to be so many spots for the new residents to store bicycles? In my opinion, though there are some bike lanes, downtown could still be better set up for cyclists, especially since the number of cyclists is only going to continue to grow. And finally, will we see an additional school built, students bused out of the area, or will the recent construction that added 190 extra spaces for students at Mary Street Community School be expected to support the influx of people? These are my questions and concerns, but I would love to hear yours. So please leave me a comment below and tell me your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to see more. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next one next week. Bye!